And let's get right to KPIX5's Ann Makovic at the border of Emeryville and Oakland. Ann?
Yeah, there are still some roads closed in this area. A couple of things going on here at the fire scene behind me. PG&E trying to restore power, and behind that you can see the fire department still spraying water on what is left of this building as the investigation into how this fire started begins. The fire started at 2:45 this morning, quickly engulfing this 5-story building under construction, spreading to townhomes and an auto shop nearby.
This is not something that you prepare for.
Alexandra Grant is one of 50 people evacuated from nearby homes who woke up to an inferno outside of their windows.
All you saw was flames from the building, kind of just taking over, and you can actually feel the heat inside of our house.
At least 4 townhomes next to the building are damaged, and about 50 cars at James Auto Body are destroyed.
I mean, that's a total. I could see that, so that's a total loss.
They're all James Lau's customers' cars, and he's hoping insurance will cover them.
I have no idea, but my next thing probably go tell my agent and let him know and go from there.
This building that caught fire was going to be called The Intersection, a 105-unit apartment and retail complex. Construction workers showed up this morning to this.
And it's really devastating for all of us.
Their jobs on hold.
What are we going to do from here? What's going to happen?
The Alameda County Sheriff's Office sent up its drone to get a picture from above. Its infrared camera shows one giant hot spot in what used to be the building's foundation. This afternoon, firefighters will stay on scene to make sure it's out.
So the buildings are very close to one another, so we want to make sure it's not spreading to the other buildings.
Back out here live now on 39th and Adeline. Construction workers told me off camera that somebody had broken into the main office of this building over the weekend. They also said that the sprinkler system had been installed and was working properly. It will all be part of this investigation. Live in Emeryville, Ann Makovic, KPIX5.
And Ann, how long will it take for the neighborhood to get back to normal?
I think these roads are going to be closed for much of the day, and firefighters will be on scene definitely throughout the day, probably throughout the night, to make sure that the hot spots are not reigniting. We also have the evacuees. They're slowly being allowed back into their homes, but at this point, most of them don't have power or water service. So it is going to be at least 24 hours until it is business as usual here in Emeryville. Back to you.
All right, Ann, thank you.